we move to the next session, it is my pleasure to introduce Moderator Professor Phubordee Bongkotvirawan. He is currently at Medical Instructor Gastroenterology Unit, Faculty of Medicine, Thammasat University, Thailand. Professor Phubordee, the stage is yours.
Hello. Thank you, MC, for your kind introduction. For the next session, it's going to be a very interesting one. It's going to be about the AI power physician. I believe everyone in here has used ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity before. So our speaker is Dr. Piyalitt Ittichaiwong. He is a professional at the intersection of medicine and AI. Known for his contribution into both fields, he received master's degree in healthcare technology at King's College London, where he specialized in medical AI. Also, he is one of the co-founders of Mon AI, the largest open medical AI platform. Also, he works with OpenAI company, which is the company that responsible for developing ChatGPT. Unfortunately, he can be here with us today due to unforeseen circumstance, but he has sent us a video. And if you had any questions, you can send it to me at the end of the talk.
Good morning, everyone. And I'm really sorry that I cannot join on site today. I am recording from London. Hereby I think my sessions will be easier sessions compared to other sessions that designed for all gastroenterologists, specialists like all of you. Hereby I think my session will be benefit for you because as we know now, our students, our patients use many of generative AI, and sometimes, especially for our patients, they believe AI more than us. Why? Yeah, because I think all of you had this experience like 2 years ago, right? When ChatGPT come out and it answered really good, but when we check the reference, yeah, that is not there. That is not exist. Yeah, so that called a hallucination. Yeah, but now why patients believe that, and also our student, we will find the answer today. Yeah, with evidence-based medicine. Yet, but for the AI paper. Okay, and let's see how we utilize with the current state of the AI.
First of all, I would like to briefly introduce myself. I am a graduate of the Doctor of Medicine program from the Faculty of Medicine at Siriraj Hospital, Thailand. Following that, I pursued further studies in medical artificial intelligence, completing a master's with distinction and currently working on a last year PhD at King's College London with a focus on generative AI in the healthcare domain. I know many of you have already experimented with Gen AI tools like ChatGPT. Some of you love them, some are skeptical, most are somewhere in between. Today, I'll address the 3 questions that matter most for us as medical professionals. First, current effectiveness. How well does Gen AI actually perform in medicine? Not in demos or marketing materials, but in real medical work. Is it ready for implementation, or are we still in beta testing with patient lives? Second, budget reality. Most of us don't have unlimited funds. What's the smartest choice for a researcher with real-world budget constraints? What gives you maximum value without breaking your grant? Third, the ideal setup. If budget wasn't a concern, what would the optimal AI toolkit look like? What are the game-changing tools that could transform your research? These aren't theoretical questions. By the end of this talk, you'll have concrete answers based on the latest evidence, including research published just last month. Let's start with what the medical community is actually saying about AI. As we know now, all major medical journals this year, such as New England Journal of Medicine, when they all focus on the same topic, AI, we know it's transformative, but notice their titles: benefits and limits, opportunities and risks. This isn't hype or fear. It's measured assessment from the world's leading medical voices. The consensus? AI is transforming medicine, accelerating diagnosis, streamlining research, uncovering patterns humans miss. But the medical community agrees this requires a new kind of literacy. We're at a critical moment. The tools are here, but knowing how to use them safely is what separates success from disaster. Now, let me show you the specific danger everyone's worried about. From this slide, you will see Critical Care Journal didn't hold back like in the paper, large language models and the perils of their hallucinations and artificial hallucination, GPT on LSD, ICU doctors comparing AI to psychedelic drugs. That's how serious this is. Here's what hallucination means for you. Ask for references. It invents papers that never existed. Request data analysis. It confidently reports wrong numbers, need literature review. It fabricates study results. One unchecked hallucination in your manuscript can destroy years of work. However, these warnings are from last year's papers. In fact, AI technology advances rapidly. So, where do we stand now? Have we addressed this issue? Because many of our patients trust AI more than us, and our medical students use AI every hour. How effective is it? Let's explore this together. Last August, I joined OpenAI's external red team as the paper you see in the slide. Our mission, stress test GPT-4 all for academic and medical use before public release. What I found was sobering. The hallucinations weren't occasional, they were constant. The model would invent journal citations that sounded perfect, describe studies with convincing methodologies, completely fabricated, explain medical procedures with subtle, dangerous errors. The confidence was the scariest part. No hesitation, no uncertainty, just smooth, authoritative misinformation. But in AI, a year equals a decade of progress. The question, have we crossed the threshold? Has this fundamental problem been solved? The answer came just months later, and it surprised even me. Late 2024, OpenAI introduced reasoning models, not just faster or bigger, fundamentally different. These models show their work. They think step by step, question themselves, check their logic like a careful researcher, not an overconfident student. The results? PhD level. Chemistry jumped from 40% to 65%. Biology, physics, similar leaps. The key, allowing more time for thought. Instead of instant answers, these models pause, reason, verify. This isn't incremental improvement, it's a paradigm shift in how AI thinks. But test scores are one thing. Can we trust this in medical practice where lives are at stake? From this slide, you will see the results of model performance specific to the MedQA benchmark, which uses questions similar to those on the USMLE, the US Board Licensing Examination, the exam that licenses American doctors. Getting these wrong in practice can lead to patient suffering. August 2024, GPT-4 scored 86.5%, already impressive. The reasoning model, which is O1, that is last year model, get 95%. That's not just passing, that's exceeding the standards of most human medical students. In mere months, we went from unsuitable for academic work to outperforming medical students. But here's the critical point. 95% means 5% wrong. And AI can't tell when it's in that 5%. Every answer comes with identical strong confidence. Worse, at the edges of medical knowledge, where experts debate, it still generates answers instead of admitting uncertainty. So, in summary, progress, tremendous, but can we eliminate that dangerous 5%? Last month's study has the answer. September 2025, OpenAI and Georgia Tech published the answer we needed. Bad news first. Hallucinations cannot be eliminated. Not yet. Maybe never. But look at this crucial evolution. Both models here are reasoning models, O4 Mini and the new GPT-5 Thinking Mini. Even O4 Mini, despite being a reasoning model, abstained only 1% of the time. It answered everything, resulting in 75% error rate when pushed beyond its limits. Now, GPT-5 Thinking Mini, designed specifically to address this problem, abstains 52% of the time when uncertain. Error rate plummeted from 75% to 26%. This is the breakthrough. While we can't eliminate hallucinations, we've taught AI to recognize its own uncertainty. Instead of inventing citations, it says, I couldn't find reliable evidence. That's not weakness, that's integrity. But here's the critical limitation. These improvements, the abstention rates, reduced errors, all come from standardized tests. Multiple choice, clear answers. Healthcare isn't multiple choice. It's symptoms that don't match textbooks, lab values in gray zones, treatment decisions with incomplete information. So the question, do these improvements translate to actual clinical performance? When AI faces real patient scenarios, not exam questions, what happens? Let me show you. OpenAI partnered with 262 physicians across 60 countries to test beyond exams. HealthBench, 5,000 realistic health conversations, real scenarios, parents describing symptoms, labs that don't add up, the messy reality we face daily. Each response graded by physicians on accuracy, safety, patient impact. Look at this progression carefully. GPT-4o, the non-reasoning model I tested as Red Team last August, scored 32% on typical cases. Remember, this was the model that hallucinated constantly, invented citations, created fake studies. 1/3 acceptable responses. OpenAI o3, a reasoning model, jumped to 59.8%, significant improvement. But GPT-5, the current state-of-the-art reasoning model, 67.2%. Now watch what happens with the hardest 1,000 cases. GPT-4o, that non-reasoning model I warned about, scored 0, not one correct answer. This confirmed everything I saw during Red Team testing. O3 reasoning model, 31.6%. From 0 to nearly 1/3. Reasoning makes a difference. But GPT-5, 46.2%. Think about this journey, from my Red Team experience with a non-reasoning model that failed completely to today's GPT-5 reasoning model, handling nearly half of medicine's toughest cases. Still, 46% means failing more often than succeeding. 67% leaves 1/3 problematic. GPT-5 is a breakthrough, but we need to use it knowing exactly where it excels and where it struggles. Let's explore which tools actually work. Based on everything we've seen, the progress, the limitations, the real-world performance, here are 4 tasks where AI genuinely helps academic physicians ranked by safety. First, enhance your English for publication, the safest application. AI improves grammar flow, clarity, without generating new facts. Minimal hallucination risk, but watch for meaning changes. AI might improve your prose while altering scientific precision. Second, accelerate literature, reviews, and clinical decisions. Not just for research, also for quick clinical answers. Need evidence for a treatment decision? Modern techniques like RAG, retrieval augmented generation, connect AI to medical databases, dramatically reducing hallucinations compared to older models. AI can now cite actual sources, pull from clinical guidelines, still verify critical references, but it's far safer than the models I tested last year. Third, conduct comprehensive analyses, statistical analysis, visualization, code generation. AI excels here. But remember, health benches 67% accuracy. Your analysis might miss confounders, misapply tests, or mislead with beautiful but wrong visualizations. Powerful but requires validation. Fourth, create engaging slides, lowest risk. AI helps with design, layout, visual appeal. Still, watch for charts that misrepresent data or narratives that oversimplify findings. The pattern is clear. Less factual knowledge needed equals safer to use. My principle, AI is your research assistant, not your replacement. Every output needs verification. But which specific tools excel at each task? Let's find out. Before spending $20 to $30 monthly on AI subscriptions, you need to understand how these models fail. Experience their hallucinations firsthand. Feel that dangerous confidence when they're wrong. Google created the perfect testing ground. Gemini advanced their full capability model, free for 12 to 15 months to anyone in education. Students, postdocs, faculty, university affiliation gets you access through June 2026. Why does this matter? Safe experimentation is crucial. Test hallucinated references. Ask about papers you know. Watch it invent citations. Learn to spot confident lies. Test data analysis. Use datasets with known answers. find where it fails, map its blind spots. This isn't about finding perfect AI that doesn't exist. It's about developing your error detection system. You can't learn this from journal warnings. You need hands-on experience. My advice, use this free period as your AI laboratory. Break things, find failure modes. Once you understand how these models fail, you can use them safely. But if you want the best tools for specific tasks, here's what research shows works best. Need an AI that actually reads your documents, not general knowledge, but your specific guidelines, protocols, research papers. 2 days ago, Google upgraded Notebook LM, and this changes everything for medical researchers. Here's what makes it different. Upload your clinical guidelines, research protocols, institutional policies, up to 1 million tokens now. That's roughly 750,000 words, entire textbooks, complete treatment protocols, years of research notes. The crucial difference? Notebook LM only answers from your uploaded sources. Minimal hallucinations about guidelines that don't exist. No mixing your protocol with random internet information. Ask, what's our institution's protocol for post-op antibiotics? It cites your actual protocol, page number included. This solves our biggest fear, AI inventing medical information. When constrained to your documents, it can't hallucinate facts that aren't there. Free with any Google account. Upload up to 50 sources, audio summaries, custom AI personas for different research or usage needs. Okay, come back to start with the safest AI application. Writing enhancement, our safest AI application. No facts to generate, no citations to invent. But even here, we need strategy. Writing Bench tested 1,000 real-world writing tasks, papers, grants, summaries. The results are revealing. Top model, 81.34. Ninth place, 77.35. Less than 4 points separate them. The message? For basic writing, grammar, clarity, structure, most major models are now good enough. The dangerous inadequacy from 2024 resolved for writing tasks, but benchmarks hide crucial details. Quen and Kimi from China rank impressively. Grammatically perfect? Yes. But when UK colleagues tested them on manuscripts, the academic voice felt off. They missed the subtle conventions of English scientific writing. Claude Opus 4.1 ranks 11th at 76.10, seemingly inferior, yet researchers consistently report it produces genuinely academic prose. It understands cautious language, hedging, the precise qualifications we need. My strategy, use any top model for drafts and grammar, but for critical manuscripts, test multiple models. Find your voice. My personal choice, Gemini 2.5 Pro, excellent and free. With budget, Claude Opus 4.1 for that authentic academic tone. Now let's tackle our riskiest application, literature reviews, where hallucinations can destroy careers. Remember those fabricated citations from earlier? Literature reviews are where AI hallucinations destroy careers. Deep research, bench tests, real literature review tasks, not exams, actual research work. The scores are sobering. Gemini 2.5, Pro Deep Research, 49.71%, OpenAI, Deep Research, 46.45%, Claude Research, 45%. Compare that to writing tasks at 75 to 81%. The best models barely get half right. Most terrifying? Citation accuracy. Gemini, our best performer, scores 78.3%. That's 1 in 5 citations wrong or invented. Imagine submitting to the Lancet with 20% fake references. Career over. But here's the reality. New agentic AI techniques significantly reduce these errors in practice. The benchmark tests worst-case scenarios. The benefits are worth the risk if used correctly. AI identifies connections you'd miss, suggests search terms you hadn't considered, condenses weeks to minutes. Keyword, initial. This is exploration, not final product. My protocol, use Gemini Deep Research, free, remember, for discovery. It generates leads, suggests papers, identifies themes. Then, non-negotiable, verify every citation. Read every paper, check every claim, think of it. First draft in 30 minutes instead of 2 weeks. But you still need days for verification. Those who fail, they trust that 78% accuracy. Those who succeed, they harness AI's speed but never trust its facts. Now, data analysis, where stakes get even higher. Fake citations are embarrassing. Flawed statistical analysis that leads to wrong conclusions. Career ending. This benchmark tests real research tasks, cleaning data, running tests, creating publication figures. Clear leader, Claude Sonnet, 4.5 at 82% coding accuracy, 98% computer use. GPT-5 follows at 72.8%. Others trail significantly, but 82% accuracy means 18% wrong. Not obviously broken, subtly wrong. Using parametric tests on non-normal data, treating dependent as independent samples, miscalculating confidence intervals. The terrifying part, everything looks perfect. Code runs flawlessly. Visualizations are beautiful. P-values seem significant, but your published results are wrong. I learned this personally. Asked Claude to analyze trial data. Elegant code, pristine output, but it ignored hierarchical structure. Patients nested within hospitals. Entire analysis invalid. If I hadn't checked, my protocol, adopt this. Use Claude. Benchmarks confirm it's best, but treat outputs as sophisticated drafts. Demand explanations. Why this test? What assumption? What could invalidate this? Unclear explanations equals red flag. Test on simulated data first, where you know the answer. Does AI find what it should? Critical rule. If you can't write the code yourself, don't use it. AI accelerates analysis, doesn't replace statistical thinking. Truth, reviewers might miss subtle errors. The scientific record won't, and when caught, they won't blame the AI. Now our final task, presentations. After navigating hallucinations and statistical errors, we reach relatively safe ground. Presentation design. Key difference. AI isn't generating facts or analyzing data. It's taking your verified content and making it visually compelling. The information is yours. I is your designer, not your researcher. This changes everything. Bad citation, career damage, wrong analysis, paper retraction, poor slide design. You just redesign it. But vigilance still matters. I've seen stunning AI presentations with completely misleading visualizations. Bar charts with manipulated axes, pie charts not summing to 100%, flowcharts oversimplifying complex processes. My tested toolkit, gamma.ai, structure and flow. Feed your outline. Get logical sequence. Always verify. Does this tell my research story accurately? Canva AI, daily workhorse. Great templates, intuitive, but watch for startup-style designs that don't fit academic conventions. Manus AI, for career-defining moments. Exceptional quality at exceptional cost. Worth it for Nature editors or NIH panels. Non-negotiable rule. Never let AI generate scientific content. I provide data, conclusions, narrative. AI handles colors, layouts, animations, visual polish only. My workflow, write everything first. Claims, figures, conclusions, verify accuracy, then hand to AI for visual enhancement. You're the author. AI's the designer. Start experimenting here, not because it's perfect, but because mistakes are fixable. Learn AI's tendencies and limitations in this low-risk environment. Now, let's wrap up all the things we discussed today. We started with warnings from NEJM and other major journals, powerful but dangerous. Now we know exactly what they meant. The progress is stunning. 1 year, from unsuitable for academic work to 95% on medical exams, from 0 on difficult cases to 46%, from constant hallucinations to models saying, I don't know. Our eye has improved dramatically. This isn't future technology. It's here, it's ready, and it's transforming medicine now. Your survival guide. Start with experimentation, not investment. Gemini Advanced free for 12 to 15 months. Learn failure patterns before spending money. Match tools to risk. presentations, experiment freely, writing, generally safe, literature reviews, obsessive verification required, data analysis only if you understand the code, always verify, every citation, every method, every claim, no exceptions. Remember the fundamental truth, AI is your research accelerator, not your researcher. Here's the reality. If you think it's not time to adopt AI, your patients will ask why their care isn't benefiting from these advances. Your students already use these tools. They're wondering why you don't. The choice isn't whether to use AI, it's whether to use it wisely or be left behind. I apologize for not being with you today. I'm still in London and couldn't make the journey. I regret missing your questions and specific challenges. Start with low-risk applications. Document successes and failures. We're navigating this together. The technology will evolve. New risks will emerge. But with appropriate caution and rigorous verification, I can amplify our capacity to advance medical knowledge. Stay curious, stay cautious, stay ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Professor Piyalitt. I think this is a very inspiring and very insightful talk. But since we're late from our schedule, if you have any questions, you can send our questions to our lovely organizers right over here, and our organizers will contact with Dr. Piyalitt. So the floor is yours now, MC. Thank you.